Well, there they are, both carts after a night at OMP last night. Still in one piece. I drove my usual 13G. I took my extra cart, put a 13X on it, and a buddy of mine drove it. And a little backstory that we used to race Houghton Lake Kart Speedway in Kalkaska from Don's Motorsports, and this is like 28 years ago. There's a young man that drove this car right here, is 67 years old. First time he'd been in a cart in 25 years. He said the balance was good, the power was there. It just kind of wore him out. Is all you can say. He was not in shape for it, but he wants to do it again. And that's just proof to you. You don't quit racing because you're old. You get old because you quit racing. My cart, all the little bit of damages that's on the front was there. I was never close enough to somebody in front of me to touch them really. And the purpose of this video, the intake video, is just to tell you a little bit about what I run. People won't share secrets. I even asked a good friend of mine there that he borrowed my extra motor because his blew up. He didn't even want to tell me the tire pressures he runs. So I'm gonna spill the whole beans. I'll tell you gear ratios I ran. These motors were built by No Limit Carts and Parts. AJ, great guy, builds great power. Never had a lick of problem with them. They're all dusty. Tires that are on there now are Vegas. We ran the Vegas and the Feature, and I almost think I might have been making a mistake. The track got dry, and we had a caution halfway through, and right as the caution came out, I was tight, I was sliding, I was not in control. And I think the tires cooled down just enough during the 3 or 4 laps of caution that I was able to pick it back up, got right on the leader's butt, and I finished second in all 3 of my races, starting from mid-pack out of 8 people last night. My buddy pulled off in the Feature. He just couldn't take anymore, but he was running strong. He's in the video too, so you'll see that. Vega tires, back to that. My stagger is 3/4 in the back for this track and 1 1/4 in the front on both carts. I've got all my tires kind of sized really close. I haven't measured them lately, but I'm sure they didn't change too much. And I run 8 pounds in the right side, 7 pounds in the left side at this track. It might have been just a touch heavy for the Feature because the track got a little bit tackier. The other races, it worked great. And in other races, I used Cobra tires, running the same 7 and 8 pounds pressure. Both carts. I told my buddy I wouldn't set them up wrong. I set them up exactly like mine. Both carts have been scaled with me in it. He's a little lighter, so he might have had a little more nose weight, but he loved the way it handled. He's ready to run again. So I just wanted to show people what I got, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and the videos aren't to toot my own horn. They're just to show you when you work, you get results. I take both carts completely apart, clean all the bearings, clean the motors up, clean the clutches, clean the chains, and then put them back together for the next week. And a lot of the tips I got, Kart 6T3 here on YouTube is great, and also Kart Speed Solutions gives you the idea of data acquisition. As you can see, there's no microns on either one of these. I got a hard line tack that just tells me my max RPMs. I do everything, I've been doing everything kind of on a budget, and I think I'm getting close to my limits without some better data acquisition and better scales. I mean, my scales are okay. They're level, and they work, but they're just postal scales that I got off eBay for $18 a piece or something, 150-pound postal scales. Rear gear, I started both carts out with 15 front gear. This one had a 65, and that one had a 66 in the first race. I ran second, but you will see in the video that I got beat pretty good, and people were on me. So I switched to a 63 rear gear for the second heat, and I left it there for the Feature. I kind of wish I'd went to a 62 because, believe it or not, I hit 6,750 RPMs in the first race with a 66, and I hit 6,820 in the second, dropping at 3 teeth. So that tells you right there, I dropped, it should have made the RPMs drop. It didn't. The track conditions and momentum, this is a very much momentum track at Owosso Motorsports Park. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Had a great time. My buddy had a great time. He's coming back again on July 8th. Hope to see everybody there. And tips from the winners there: a 15 front gear and anywhere from a 62 to a 68 rear gear, depending on what you like and what your kart is capable of. Air pressures anywhere from, I run 9 and I always run a 1 pound split. So whatever I run on the inside, I run a pound more. So I was running as much as 9 and 10 when it gets a little bit bumpy and I don't want it to bottom out. I've run it as low as 4 and 5. That's as low as I've ever went. I don't think I need to go any lower than that. So the Cobra tires work great at that track. The Vegas work great at that track. Don't think if you get your kart balanced, I think any tire would work. Now, are some tires gonna be faster and some guys gonna be faster? Of course. And you'll see that in the video. The first couple races, I had nothing for them. They walked away from me. The last race, I hung with the guy. Like I said, if I went with a 62 rear gear, I'd had that little more speed. I think I could have got him, but had a blast anyway. So hope you enjoy the videos. And check out Kart Speed Solutions and Kart 63 with Ben. They're both great sources of information on setup, on tires, on data, on just everything in general. They helped me out a lot this year. All right, have a good one, guys.